I feel delighted that I am alive to contribute, one, and it is an occasion when every Guyanese should know that every bit of earth that's there being flooded is his earth, is where his navel string lies. And, well, it's just that we must honor our place of birth.
Hi, I'm Frank Holder, and I'm glad to be here representing Guyana. I'm having a good time entertaining the people, and of course, here with me is Ram John Holder, my cousin, and we're trying to do our bit for the Guyanese.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, it's good to be with you. You know what? Let's go down my time tunnel. I'll tell you what's happening there today. Hi, Cabby here. Yep, good to be with you. I was reflecting and I'm always looking back at things because there's so much happening everywhere around and at times you get caught up. But for me, I tend to look at what really affected me at some time or the other. And I was looking back at what this year, 2020, has been so bad. And we've lost a number of people, influential people in our lives, Guyanese in particular. And I sat down the other day and I was reflecting and I'm saying, hey, these people are no longer with us. People who you work with. The first person I need to reflect on, I look at a lady and her name is Cecile Nobriga. Cecile passed a few years ago, but Cecile Nobriga was a very prominent Guyanese. She was a poet, she was a pianist, she was an artist as a whole, and she even, I recall, brought out this the bronze woman statue. She campaigned for bringing home this statue, which is here in the United Kingdom is in a very prominent area, recognizing and recognition for black women who really struggled in their times. Cecile Nobriga was a beautiful lady. And when Cecile came by many times, I always remember her saying, Carl, where is the rum punch? She loved the rum punch. And she would oftentimes sat there and have a laugh. But she was one of the influential people that I came to have known and really gave me a lot of support as well. Morale. She said, oftentimes, Carl, don't give up your dreams. She was a great poet. And I took my hat off to her, and she'll always be in my mind.
All of us here because we love our country. However far we go, North Pole, South Pole, East Pole, West Pole, we love our country. And I'm going to take a few minutes today to say two little poems that I would love to see hanging on the walls of every single Guyanese or their children to remind them where they've come from. One is called Creed of Guyana, and the other, My Flag. Creed of Guyana. I believe in Guyana, the land of my birth, the land of great promise of laughter and mirth. In trees so stalwart as green heart can be, in great rivers which run straight into the sea, in culture serene with her majestic flow of color, unsurpassed e'en by the rainbow, in her prairies, her swamps, her gravel, her mud. I'm proud of being Guyanese born. God blessed her people and gave them grace to cleave together as one race. Teach our sons this creed from their birth. I believe in Guyana, the land of my birth.
The second person I am looking at is Roger Moore. And Roger Moore, I could not help reflecting on Roger because Roger and I worked together at the then Guyana Broadcasting Corporation. When Roger came into the GBC those years, he was very skinny, but very boisterous and very strong voiced guy. But he was really, really fun to work with. I learned a lot from Roger as well. And in his last days, Roger was here in the United Kingdom. I did recall going to see Roger when he was a few weeks in hospital before he passed. And we made a joke, myself and Marion Herbert, we went to see him. And even joked, he was always joking until his last days. We said to him, Roger, when are you going home? He says, oh, which home? I'm going home to the area where he was living in London. And so happened that Roger, a few days left us. We said a prayer for him at the hospital, and he even had a laugh with us. And it was another great memory, another great son of the soil that said goodbye to us. And as I reflect on these people, it's amazing. The other person that I would like to look at is Gordon Case, again, who passed this year. And Gordon, I got to know Gordon working at the High Commission. He's a great poet and also an actor in every which way. I really haven't got much of his obituary, which I have read about it, but Gordon always come by, and every time he stopped by too, he said, "Where man, well, give me the rum now. We can have a rum." And when you have people like that that shared memories with you, when he was on stage, he was really the perfect actor and presenter in everything he did. And Gordon did really, talk to me a lot as well. And he's always say, "Keep it up, brother. Keep it up, brother." Really good. And again, I think we've lost Gordon to COVID. The other person is Michael Gilks. Michael Gilks, again, I did an obituary for Michael as well, and Michael and I met when he was doing this film called The Music of El Dorado. And I was approached by the then High Commissioner, Mr. Lalishwar Singh, to assist where I can. I did take that up, and Gordon and Michael and I kept in touch with each other. We communicated until, so much he has brought out that it's very hard to not remember some of the good people and the good works that has been a part of my life, and he's left with us. And it's looking back at what 2020 has left with us, very much sad times and bitter memories.
We are seeking our separate but scattered roots, whether they be African or Asian or Amerindian or whatever. When I think we can go further, we have to do that, but we have to go beyond that to find the harmony that exists between all of these roots, so that we discover the real body of ourselves, the real consciousness that is in fact the Caribbean consciousness. That, I think, is what we should be trying to find instead of the gold of El Dorado. And that's what the music of El Dorado is all about.
Hi, I'm Frank Holder, and I'm glad to be here representing Guyana. I'm having a good time entertaining the people, and of course here with me is Ram John Holder, my cousin, and we're trying to do our bit for the Guyanese.
The final person I'd like to speak about is Frank Holder. And Frank Holder, who was and is related to Ram John Holder, pork pie. And actually, I didn't even know Frank passed. It's amazing when I only discovered this year that Frank had left us. And Frank and I became friends when we traveled and had to travel to Lisbon at Expo 98. And he was on the team along with Ram John Holder, Indira, and Anjani Shaw, the Shaw sisters. We all went at Expo 98, and they were the contingent that culturally presented and represented Guyana at Expo 98. And Frank and I became very good friends, and he was really a great jazz performer. And talking with Frank about his life and how he got into music, it was amazing. But when he really performed at Lisbon, he really brought the crowd down. He was full of energy. Like him, along with there's another artiste who I'll make mention of, but Frank brought the house down. It was amazing. But these are all people along like Saul Ray, again, another great musician, artist that I came to know over the years. All these people were influencing or have been influential in my life and to where I am today. just by talking with them, just by meeting them, just by hearing good words from them of encouragement. And they'll all be greatly missed. And with that, I must say the 2020 and COVID and all this that came about, I thank God for you. I thank God for me. I thank the great Creator for everyone who are alive today, that we could sit by and we can all talk about it and remember when our time comes is another thing. But for now, we give thanks and praise, and we remember those who are with us and who have left us, and we pray that for the better. So until we meet again the next time, yeah, Carl Brown here saying it was a great pleasure being with you, always on my timeline. Feel free to like and subscribe, and let's keep in touch. And if there are any questions you'd like to know or ask, feel free. I'll be happy to reply to you. Until we meet again, peace out. Ciao.